The scientists and marketing executives at Procter and Gamble were gathered around a beat-up table in a small, windowless room, reading the transcript of an interview with a woman who owned 9 cats. When one of them finally said what everyone was thinking, "If we get fired, what exactly happens?" she asked. "Do security guards show up and walk us out, or do we get some kind of warning beforehand?" The team's leader, a one time rising star within the company named Drake Stimson, stared at her. "I don't know," he said. His hair was a mess. His eyes were tired. "I never thought things would get this bad. They told me running this project was a promotion." It was 1996, and the group at the table was finding out, despite Cloud Hopkins' assertions, how utterly unscientific the process of selling something could become. They all worked for one of the largest consumer goods firm on earth, the company behind Pringle potato chips, Oil of Olay, Bounty paper towels, CoverGirl cosmetics, Downy, and Duracell, as well as dozens of other brands. P&G collected more data than almost any other merchant on earth and relied on complex statistical method of craft. Their marketing campaign, the firm was incredibly good at figuring out how to sell things. In the clothes washing market alone, P&G's products cleaned one out of every two laundry loads in America. Its revenue topped $35 per year. However, Stimson's team, which had been entrusted with designing the ad campaign for one of PG's most promising new products, was one of the brink of failure. The company had spent millions of dollars developing a spray that could remove bad smells from almost any fabric, and the researchers in that tiny windowless room had no idea how to get people to buy it. The spray had been created about 3 years earlier when one of PG's chemists was working with a substance called hydroxyl beta glucosidinatrix, or HPBCD, in a laboratory. Sorry for the pronunciation. The chemist was a smoker. His clothes usually smelled like an ashtray. One day, after working with HPBCD, his wife greeted him at the door when he got home. Did you quit smoking?" she asked him. "No," he said. He was suspicious. She had been harassing him to give up cigarettes for years. This seemed like some kind of reverse psychology trickery. "You don't smell like smoke, it is all," she said. The next day, he went back to the lab and started experimenting with HPBCD and various scents. Soon he had hundreds of vials containing fabric that smelled like wet dogs, cigars, sweaty socks, Chinese food, musty shirts, and dirty towels. When he put HPBCD in water and sprayed it on the samples, the scents were drawn into the chemical's molecule. After the mist dried, the smell was gone. When the chemist explained his findings to P&G's executive, they were ecstatic. For years, market research had said that consumers were clamoring for something that could get rid of bad smells, not mask them, but eradicate them altogether. When one team of researchers had interviewed customers, they found that many of them left their blouses and slacks outside after a night at a bar or party. My clothes smell like cigarettes when I get home, but I don't want to pay for dry cleaning every time I go out, one woman said. PNG, sens- sensing an opportunity, launched a top secret project to turn HPBCD into a viable product. They spent millions perfecting the formula, finally producing a colorless, odorless liquid that could wipe out almost any foul odor. The science behind the spray was so advanced that NASA would eventually use it to clean the interiors of shuttles every after they returned from space. The best part was that it was cheap to manufacture, didn't leave stains, and could make any stinks couch, old jacket, or stained car interior smell well scentless. The project had been a major gamble, but PNG was now poised to earn billions if they could come up with the right marketing campaign. Thank you for listening me and please correct me whenever I goes wrong. Thank you.